Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Super 80s Podcast Friend. We are a TV theme song explorer with one mission, and that is to analyze every single 1980s TV theme song, all genres, comedies, dramas, Hardcastle and McCormick. We like them all, maybe. And if you like us, if you could like and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast, write a review, give us a couple stars. All that stuff is awesome and helps us expand our podcast and lead to our eventual goal of global domination. What else did I want to say? If you want to reach out to us, we like hearing your questions, comments, observations, mistakes we've made, jokes. You can message us on Facebook, Instagram, email us at super80spodcastfriend@gmail.com. By the way, I'm John.
I'm Ryan.
And I am Peter.
And we like to start out with the brewski. Ryan, what's in your glass?
I've got Water Slides by Three Sheeps.
Ooh, man. Anonymous Statistician, I think that's a popular favorite.
Quite popular.
It's a big popular one.
Yeah. I have the Odell beer that you were drinking last week. I actually forgot the name of the beer itself.
Mountain Standard.
Mountain Standard. It's delicious.
Named after a time zone?
I would guess so.
All right.
Our country song.
And I am drinking the classic Bell's Two Hearted. Now, the three of us love this beer. Has this beer been on the podcast before?
Good question. Don't know.
I have no idea, but it's an all-timer beer. If it hasn't, it's a shame.
It is a shame. It doesn't mean we're not drinking it, Bell's, so you can sponsor us.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Bell's Two Hearted, one of my all-time favorite beers.
Easily.
Absolutely.
Got a sixer of that yesterday in bottles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's got that fish on the bottle. It's
nice.
Yeah. Now that we got our beers flowing, cheers, guys, by the way. Hold on a second.
Cheers.
Happy episode 39.
39? Wow.
Dang.
They said it couldn't happen.
Almost time for a Dr. Fong.
Oh, next week.
Nice.
Fong it up. Anything to report? Have you guys watched any recent shows? Have you guys got any retractions? Our last show was Hardcastle and McCormick. Prior to that was Days of Our Lives. Prior to that was Shirt Tales. Maybe American Gladiators before that.
I did watch an episode of American Gladiators.
Stop.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, buckle up, ladies and gents.
Season 3.
Was it hard to find, if I may just, before you tell us?
It wasn't easy, but it wasn't hard. Like, I think I found it on Amazon.
Okay, so it wasn't bootleg YouTube stuff. It was
no,
legit.
correct. Yeah,
okay.
Like there's one whole season on Amazon.
Cool.
We have Prime, so I could get it. But it's a weird show. So it was my overview of it is that it was much slower pace than I remember. There's a lot of talking. Talking and interviews. So I had totally forgotten about this.
In between things.
Every event, they start by explaining what happens in the event. And they have, I had forgotten this, but Joe Theismann was was one of the announcers. Joe Theismann, Hall of Fame quarterback. Yep. So he's on there, and they have this other guy. Everybody's dressed in jumpsuits, and these like late 80s, early 90s jumpsuits instead of like suits, and like it's just really funny. But yeah, so they go through and they spend probably a minute to 2 minutes explaining the guy's going to get the ball, he's going to try to run, and the other guy's going to try to tackle him. And it's like everybody fucking knows what's going to happen right here. So there was a lot of fast forwarding for me. Like,
how long is the show? An hour or a half hour?
I think it was a half hour.
Okay.
And I fast forwarded a lot.
I guess when you think about a person swinging on a ball and trying to knock somebody off, that takes like 10 seconds.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I felt like, and I don't remember what episode I watched, but it was like, several into the season. If you see an American Gladiators one time, you don't need the explanation again.
Good point.
Like you get what's happening,
Yeah.
But so two of my favorite characters were on the show, Malibu and Nitro. So Malibu is the long-haired, they're all muscular, but he's a long blonde-haired guy.
Yep.
He is a dead ringer for Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Oh.
Like it's huge, like hairsprayed up hair that's like slicked back. It's fantastic.
Cool.
Fantastic. just other observations. Do you guys remember the one event where the person stood up with the tennis ball gun?
Absolutely.
That is awesome. Like it was still, I loved it at the time, and watching that was still great. Like a 10 out of 10. These people, they give them the skimpiest little like shield things to run between. And these gladiators are just rifling the shit out of these balls at them. And the people are truly scared shitless. They're running.
I believe
I
on
mean-
the episode you mentioned you would love to be both
Oh.
on either side of that.
And it remains true. Like
Cool.
it was great.
I mean, I know it would hurt,
Yeah.
but it's not like you're out when a tennis ball hits you. Like somebody
Correct.
could really just charge straight through and just take all the hits.
But if you get hit, you're done.
It is. Okay.
Yeah,
You're
so
out. Okay.
so they
I
have
thought-
it was like 1, 2, 3 like spots that they run from, and there's like the goal is there's a huge like a big target next to the gladiator shooting the tennis ball
Yeah.
that they have to hit the target. So they have like
Gotcha.
the first event, like the first stop or whatever is a rocket launcher, and then they have to, if they don't hit it from there, then they run to the next one, and it's like a smaller cannon.
Gotcha.
And then the third one, which is really close. I mean, it's like 10, 15 feet from the gladiator, and they're at like a 60-degree angle shooting down at them. And all they have, it's hilarious, all they have are little twigs set up as like their shield, and they give them like a little pistol, almost like a Nerf pistol.
Amazing.
That they have to shoot. It's great.
That's cool.
My wife was sitting there watching, and the only thing she had to say the whole time was, "I can't believe none of these ladies are wearing sports bras." This is
Oh.
so they're bouncing around,
sure.
doing all
Pre-sports bra era.
yeah. So they're bouncing around, and it was. I liked that
That's cool.
event, but there's too much talking, and it was pretty like it lagged.
All right.
It lagged quite a bit. We talked about the joust. Remember the joust
course.
event?
Yeah.
So the name for the joust is, they call it a pugil stick.
Yeah.
Pugle.
I don't know how to,
I think
how
that's
to
the
spell
correct
it, but
historical name.
yeah, like I had never heard that term
Same,
before.
geez.
Well, I probably have watching the show, but I thought that was worth it. And then the only other notable thing was the obstacle course at the end that they had to
Yeah.
run through. It starts with a huge ball. They take a huge ball, and they go up like a conveyor belt. Like they have to run with a huge ball, and
My brain's picturing Double Dare right now.
it's kind of like Double Dare. That's a good comparison. And the funny part I thought at the end was, if you remember, they had to run through a like paper wall, and there's two options. One, A and B, and a gladiator is waiting behind them. It's a timed event, so you had to make it through the obstacle course within a certain amount of time. And so they had to it was just kind of funny. Like they're running as fast as they can, and bam, smack into a gladiator who's trying to hold them up. I thought it was funny.
Nice.
The show, not very good, but
One and done.
one and done. But I'm glad I watched it.
Cool. Well, thanks for doing that. As we mentioned a few episodes ago.
Thanks for doing that, so we don't have to.
Yeah, exactly. That's maybe the first one I took a knee on and said, pass. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you did, and I'm, that's kind of a tradition that at least one of us watches some of this stuff. So, I have one quick retraction. Retraction time. We were listening to Days of Our Lives a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
and it was written by Boyce and Hart. And I had mentioned, because I was familiar with Boyce and Hart, that they may have written the Eddie Cochran songs "Come On Everybody" and something else.
Really?
And I was wrong. They wrote "Stepping Stone" by the Monkees, and Pete had mentioned that.
Yeah, you did.
But I figured out why I got it wrong. So when I was in middle school, I was really into the Sex Pistols and Sid Vicious. And, those cassette inlay cards didn't have much to look at.
Yep.
So as a nerdy little kid, I read everything I could. And Sid Vicious had a live album called Sid Sings. And on the cassette, he did "Something Else." he did Come On Everybody, but he also did Stepping Stone.
Oh.
So I think I was looking at the credits, probably sitting.
Your
with that
brain
tape.
spliced
My
those.
brain spliced them and
Yeah.
saw them. So apologies to our Eddie Cochran fans.
Yeah.
Both of you.
Understandable. That's actually a pretty good memory link up on your part.
Yeah, I figured out where it came from.
Yeah.
So there it is. Apologies to our Boyce Hart, Eddie Cochran, Monkees fans, or Sid Vicious fans even.
They all should be insulted.
A couple other things. I watched an episode of Days of Our Lives.
Oh, boy.
wow.
Oh, my
Before I did, I was texting with my sister Mary
Yeah.
because we were two peas in a pod with the show. And I said, do you remember time taping it? She's like, I do. But she's like, do you remember that we started watching it before we had a VCR and we would record it on a boombox?
What?
Just the audio?
Just the audio. I wrote here, my sister audio recorded Days of Our Lives.
Oh my. Wow. I don't
Wow.
know if I've known of anyone to do that.
Is there that much dialogue? And would it make sense? Like, I feel like watching this show would not make sense to me either way. Just hearing audio would be incredibly confusing.
Young listeners, this is what you did back in the day if you were obsessed with a show. And I think maybe that was eventually what put my parents over the edge in getting us a VCR, was my sister with a boombox.
But was she watching it at the time?
I don't remember.
Because the boombox wouldn't have been on a timer.
Yeah, I don't know how that worked. I will have to ask her, but she remembers boombox taping episodes.
And you would have had to put that right next to the big old
Probably on a
wooden
kitchen
set.
chair.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like, because the speakers were not on
Yeah.
the ground on those old sets. They were up 6 inches.
I mean, I did that with music, but Days of Our Lives is a...
It's dedication.
Yeah.
So, guys, I found one episode on YouTube
Okay.
that happened to be from 1986, which was my wheelhouse.
Okay.
It's fantastic. It reminded me a lot of Dallas. The crazy dramatic zoom ins,
Sure.
like somebody sums something and they zoom into their face really close. Exactly. So it was crazy. It starts out with Victor Kiriakis, and Victor Kiriakis is Bo's dad. Not to get into details, but there's a drama, right? Bo wants to please his dad and please his wife. So a lot of that shit. But the best part, and I didn't remember these characters at all, they're in a jazzercise class.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
The instructor, Lars, is putting the moves on all the ladies. He's very
course.
smooth and he's very buff and they're not wearing much. And his first line is, all right, ladies, hopefully next time we'll have the air conditioning working, because they're all super sweaty. He asks one of the jazzercise dancers to stick around for extra instruction. And then one of the other dancers had a fling with him and looks at him. So it was like that type of shit.
Nice.
We got a character in a coma, which I think is pretty standard for soap operas.
There's always at least one.
This is Marlena. Roman's sitting by her side. She's in full makeup, by the way.
Of course.
Like
Bret Michaels.
He's waiting for her to come out. In the last scene of the episode, she comes out of the coma. There's some funky side business going on. A drug dealer shows up and talks to her.
Really? In a coma? Talked to her in a coma?
Apparently it helped her. She saved his life or something like that.
Oh, wow.
A lot of mullets, a lot of crazy hair, a lot of fights.
All this in one episode. And I thought the show was like super slow moving.
I think it is. I might have maybe that's why this one was on YouTube. One of the things that stuck out was, and this should make sense to me, but all of the storylines sort of interconnect.
Sure.
So there's a lot of that. All the characters kind of came back to me. There's a lot of making out. It was a hoot. It was fun. So that was that.
Nice.
Are you
Days of Our
happy you
Lives.
watched it?
Very.
Okay.
It was it's YouTube, so there were some points where I'd switch it to 2 times speed. I don't know if any of you ever do that on YouTube.
Do they like it? Then the sound goes up a pitch, right?
Oh yeah,
It's-
no, the sound stays the same in our modern era of speeding things
Wow.
up.
What?
Yeah,
It's just as faster.
It's just
but
faster.
it's not. Okay.
It's amazing
I'm
technology.
confused.
so that's that. It was great. It made me kind of see how I could possibly get addicted to the show again.
Really?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dive back into that. Chase the dragon.
Longtime listener and friend of the show, Tom from Illinois. Tom from the 920 asked a question: who would be who on our show? Because he said he viewed us as who are the 2 guys in the Muppet Show plus Fozzie, the 2 old guys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Hardcastle and McCormick.
Yeah. Wellington and Beefheart.
God, what are their names? But those 3 people. And here's what Tom wrote. He's like, I don't know that you'd be any of those three. He said John would be the Muppet newsman. Remember that?
Oh
Muppet?
yeah.
Yes.
Pete would be Scooter. He wants everything to go well. And the other two guys are always screwing stuff up with their stupid jokes.
Fair.
Ryan is a bit of an enigma for me. He's not crabby or anything like that, and his jokes are really funny. He's kind of like a mixture between Fozzie and Sam the Eagle.
Sam the Eagle.
Sam the Eagle is crabby, and Fozzie's jokes are bad. So I see, like, without
Sure.
the conundrum, you're not, there's no match.
Yeah.
And another listener, I didn't even write who, said that it's just 3 Fozzies in his head.
That's fair.
All our jokes are bad.
Just a bunch of dumb jokers. So that's it. We got through the Gladiators. We got through my sister audio recording Days of Our Lives. I watched Days of Our Lives.
Well done.
That's
I want you to record and just listen to the audio
Yes.
of Days of Our Lives sometime. No video.
I'll get out my boombox. Well, holy shit. We covered a lot of ground, but it is time to get to our show. Conky!
Ready to assist you. Pee-wee.
Morning, Conky.
What's today's secret word?
Today's secret word is emptiness.
Well,
Now, yeah.
we like to start out with our memories of the show. I'm going to make it. I'll make it easy. I know of the show. I don't know that I ever watched it. If I do, I don't remember it. So I'll go back and watch an episode because it feels like something I probably did watch, but I have zero recollections at all. So I'll leave it to you two.
I mean, I remember it was an old man with a dog and adult daughters, but that's it. Like
Like a Henry Warnemont from Punky Brewster type vibe?
not that old, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So I definitely watched this show. Like my
Okay.
family watches this show. So I have some memories of it. It's the guy, I don't remember what the guy's name is, but yeah, he's a doctor. His adult girls live there. I think it was a Golden Girls spinoff.
Okay.
Because he's like the Golden Girls neighbor or something like that.
So there's a Golden Girls
I
connection.
think we did discuss that a little bit
Yeah.
in the Golden Girls episode.
Back
That
in
was
episode
a
1.
long time ago.
Yeah, he's got a dog. And there's
Buster?
I don't know, Dreyfus.
Holy shit.
I could be wrong on that.
Named after Richard.
There's a surly kind of womanizer neighbor character similar to the guy in Three's Company.
Larry.
Larry, yeah.
Dallas.
Yeah, and his name might be Larry. It's the same it's the same vibe. Like, yeah, they live in Florida. Yeah. I think I remember the theme song too.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
And are you a little more on my end, Pete, where you don't really have much?
Just vague memory of the premise.
Okay.
So I'm sure I did watch it, but
I'm
not
guessing
enough
I did too.
to like really imprint anything in my brain.
Well, Conky just, speaking of imprinting things in brains, Conky just zapped a bunch of stuff in Pete's brain. We had to perk him up with the nipple clamps, but he's up and back with us again. Yep. And we are going to find out if there was a dog named Dreyfus, if these are Golden Girls neighbors, and if there is a Larry Dallas type character. Pete.
Ryan, the dog's name is Dreyfus.
Oh, wow.
I'm taking a drink of beer for that.
Yeah.
It was a Saint Bernard Golden Retriever mix. It was a big
Big
guy.
dog.
It was a big guy.
Big
There
dog.
was a neighbor,
Jeez, 2 for 2.
slimy neighbor. He was a cruise ship employee.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He would always come into their house and like help himself to food and
Yeah.
make sexist comments
Love it.
about the daughters. So this was spun off from the Golden Girls. It aired from October of '88 to June of '95.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
7 seasons, 170 episodes.
Okay.
Had to have seen this.
So it's a Miami pediatrician. His 2 adult daughters move in with him a little while after his wife dies.
You're right about him being a doctor.
Yeah.
So
and the
it's-
widow. Here
Yeah.
we got another theme. It's the
Yeah.
widow theme.
Dr. Harry Weston.
Ah, okay.
And then his one daughter is recently divorced, so she, moves back after that.
Sure.
His other daughter is an undercover cop.
I was gonna say a cop. Yeah, I remember a cop.
I don't know why she moved home. And then
She's the sheriff.
there was like a nurse, Laverne, who was his assistant. So they're presented as the neighbors of the Golden Girls, with Dr. Weston appearing in Golden Girls episodes, and some of the Golden Girls appeared in Empty Nest episodes.
Nice.
Now, Empty Nest had its own spin-off called Nurses.
What?
Jeez.
So we had, at one time, 3 shows with the same producer taking place in the same city, with characters that all know each other, airing on the same network on the same night.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
What year did Nurses start?
I don't know that.
Let's add it to the spreadsheet if we can.
Well, it's got to be
because-
a 90s show.
Yeah,
Wow.
because this went till 95, so that might be a 90s show.
Nurses fans, you're going to have to wait for the Super 90s
Sorry.
podcast in a
Yeah.
couple years.
So notable guest stars on this show include Lonnie Anderson, Garth Brooks, Bobcat Goldthwait, Phil Hartman, Joey Lawrence, Jane Lynch, Matthew Perry, Jerry Orbach, Barbara Mandrell, and many others. So
Jerry Orbach.
Man,
I
Orbach's
don't
great,
know like what all these guests did, but that list of guests
I can tell you
was
what Bob Goldthwait did.
pretty
Cocaine.
and screaming.
Yeah. Is that pretty good?
Talking with his neck all tensed up.
I'm guessing he was a patient in the hospital.
Oh, that's a good guess.
Yes.
Yeah, and just like, if he had been a guest on Night Court, we'd be like, oh, I know exactly what his character was.
Correct.
Or he
yeah.
and the weird cruise ship neighbor were all into some sort of weird bullshit.
So the song is called Life Goes On, not to be confused with any other song called Life Goes On. It was written by John Bettis and George Tipton and performed by Billy Vera. So these 3 have, collectively, decent resumes. Bettis wrote a ton of songs, including for the Carpenters. They wrote "Top of the World," "Crazy for You" by Madonna, "Human
Oh,
Nature" for
ooh.
Michael Jackson,
Ooh.
and many others.
What was
He-
the Jackson song?
Why?
Human Nature?
Why?
Oh, wow.
Tell 'em that it's human nature.
Exactly.
Why?
He has over 1,000 song credits in the ASCAP database.
Oh, he's an ASCAP guy, not a BMI guy.
Yeah.
You're one or the other.
Yeah. Tipton is best known for his television work and collaborations with Harry Nilsson.
Ooh.
Nilsson Schmilson,
Yep, he was an arranger for Nilsson.
John Lennon's buddy.
Yeah.
Other TV shows that he did included Soap, Benson, It's a Living, plus incidental music for songs such as The Golden Girls and The Love Boat. Now,
Wow.
Vera had a less successful career for the most part, but he had released some albums that really went nowhere. He had a song called "At This Moment" that had been in his repertoire for many years, and in mid-'80s, he was performing it at a club, and a producer for Family Ties was there, heard it, put it on the show during romantic scenes between Alex, Pete
Interesting.
Keaton, and Ellen. People went crazy. It basically led to that guy getting a Rhino record deal, and that song became a #1 hit.
What?
And what's the song?
At This Moment.
I don't remember.
It was a
that.
hit in 1987.
Let me
But
guess.
like I said, this dude had literally recorded a lot of albums that all went nowhere. This song had been on previous albums,
Put it on
became-
Family Ties, though.
became a hit after Family Ties,
Yeah.
Here we
and
go.
basically made the dude's career.
Wow.
I don't know why. I'm not hearing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
It
Billy
sounds,
Vera,
sounds
At This
kind of
Moment.
familiar, but
It sounds just like a kind of an R&B slow jam.
yeah.
Huh.
And so there were actually 2 arrangements. I think Conky's picked out just one. Maybe we'll just give a brief of the other one.
I think it's the latter.
If Conky can find
like
it.
So-
happier version.
There's 2 versions of the same song.
2 arrangements of the same song.
Okay, gotcha.
One was for the first 3 seasons,
And that's what we're going to do?
I believe.
I think it's the latter. I think it's the.
Oh, okay.
We're doing the last one?
Oh, sorry.
4?
Yeah, sorry. But they went. Sorry, I might have misspoke before. First song was on for the first 3 seasons. The second song was on for the final 4 seasons.
Got it.
I misunderstood something.
Okay.
But so
And we're going with the final 4?
I honestly have no
I
idea.
have no idea.
All right. Well, let's listen to whatever one Conky pulled up.
Yeah.
And if we got a few seconds, let's at least... Because unlike our other double-ups, including last episode, Hardcastle and McCormick, this is the same song,
Yes.
just a different
Sure.
arrangement of it,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
which is interesting.
Which, I mean, did Give Me a Break, that was
Completely different
Two
song.
totally different songs.
Oh, it's two totally different songs.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, so I think we've had a handful, as we remember,
I
from
mean, I know-
March Madness.
I know
Yeah.
Dallas. We just picked one and went, but I think Dallas was a show that did do different, or like a
Every
bunch
season,
of different
right?
arrangements
Yeah,
throughout
which is
the
super
run.
All right. Well, that's
yeah.
some awesome background on both the show. You did a nice job summing up a 7-season show,
Yeah.
Engineer Pete, and on our songs, including, man, the guy who wrote Human Nature and Crazy For You. That's a great Madonna jam.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Absolutely.
kind of setting some high expectations.
Absolutely. Let's
Which-
not set them too high.
We typically have been let down.
Yes. So here we go from the show Empty Nest.
Yeah.
Now, is the theme song for the show Life Goes On called Empty Nest?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, they just did a flip-flop there.
Flippity floppity.
All right, here we go. The song Life Goes On for Empty Nest.
Life goes on.
Yeah. So it started out with a very 80s keyboard.
Yes.
And then kind of got into something. Yeah.
Some 80s horns.
Yeah.
Life goes on.
Yeah. Yeah. Very jazzy singer.
If you needed 4 seconds to be a clip on Wikipedia for what 80s theme song sounded like, you kind of got it right here.
Yep. That was pretty
Yeah.
close.
And so do we. Just how we do it is no mystery.
Funky, like a funky backbeat.
Yeah, the bass is heavy.
Doom, doom.
So what did he say? Life goes on.
And so do we. Just
How we do it
how we do
is
it.
no mystery.
And are they talking about making love?
Probably not, but
Probably
maybe.
not.
Maybe.
Okay.
Probably not.
One by one, we fill the days.
There's a little backing.
Yep.
One by one.
One by one.
So one by one, we fill the days. Man, the bass is heavy.
You're very heavy.
So yeah, I'm gonna say this is the second,
Version.
the second version, the final 4 seasons. So the one that was actually on for more seasons.
And this one's got its toes in the 90s.
Yep.
This
Yep.
version. All right.
We find 1,000 different ways.
I think it's about making love. We find 1,000 different. This is like Kama Sutra stuff.
Back to back.
Back to back.
Just a little bit like Hardcastle.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's good. This is a song about, nature's gift.
The answer can be hard to find. That's something I will never be.
He's singing off the beat a little bit like Lou Reed.
Yeah, he is.
Sometimes you have to give me a lot to find like a...
And the backup singers are keeping him in time. They're like,
This is like a Velvet Underground song.
yeah.
Welcome to the podcast, The Velvet Underground.
Now, is that more of a stretch than comparing "Hey Jude" to
Square
the
Peg.
Waitress? Square Peg?
Just like Lisa says, right? It's just
Yeah, this. It's actually a little more like late 70s Lou Reed.
Yeah,
This
true.
could be on Coney Island Baby.
I'm always here for anything you need.
That damn Stratocaster is going insane. in the
Yes, it
background.
is. Yeah.
And he seems a little volumed up.
He's
a little behind
amped
the
up.
beat.
Yeah, he's amped up.
Anything he says, he might be a couple. What are we drinking today? A couple of
Fonz,
Odell Mountain Standards.
Oh yeah.
Coors Banquet.
Rain or shine.
We got ourselves a full step key change,
Yes, sir.
which is
Dun, 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 dun.
when you gotta as somebody who's written songs, when you got a solid C- of a song, a key change will always bring it up to a C+.
It's the crescendo, right?
Yeah, you got to build a little bit. So they're like, this song's okay, but we should do a key change early to make it seem a little more
Yeah,
exciting
1
than it
minute of
is.
song.
Yeah.
Like, in 30 seconds, let's key change.
And I'll be the one to share it all as life goes on. We share it all as life goes on.
So is this a polyamory thing he's got going on here with We Share It All? Is that like multiple partners, like free love? Is that, are you guys with me?
All the Golden Girls.
Yeah, the old doc, all the Golden Girls, and
Yeah.
then maybe Larry Dallas, Bobcat Goldthwait, and whoever shows
Jerry
up at their
Orbach.
apartment. Jerry Orbach.
Mostly Jerry Orbach.
Mainly Orbach. Yeah. I like the whole...
Speaking of Jerry Orbach.
Yes.
What I
Please.
think is weird, my memory of the show is that the guy looks like Jerry, or like the doctor in the show looks a little bit like Jerry. Or we were talking about
Ryan's got his finger on his
out.
grate.
Who he reminds me of, we were talking about the Muppets earlier, is the blue. Is it the hawk? What the hell?
The
is
eagle.
Sam the Eagle. That's
Sam
you.
the Eagle.
We just talked about this last week.
Shit.
But that was this episode.
No, oh, you're right.
So he reminds me of me.
We're losing our marbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you see him, I think he's Sam the Eagle.
No. May I really quickly
chance.
before we watch this? It reminds me of a bit of a Lou Reed song. Hold on. See if I can just find it here, just to give us for listeners, just
Yeah.
So the neighbor's name while you're found it.
Hold on here, let me jump in.
For sure. Oh yeah. Absolutely. What song is this?
That's Animal Language. There's a little horn thing here.
Yeah. Baby. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Right, he's singing behind the beat.
Yep.
Life goes on.
Yeah. You're spot on that. I
Thank you.
agree.
So the neighbor's name, the character's name is Charlie Dietz,
Charlie.
played by David Leisure.
Okay.
Yeah. I like that.
Is he in anything else? I don't.
He looks familiar.
I hope we see him in the opening theme.
Yeah. And I like I said, he in my head he looks like the Larry or whatever from the Regal Beagle.
I have an idea. Can we switch it up and just listen to the other theme a little bit now while this is
find
still
it.
fresh in our head, and then watch this one? We just, you know what I mean? I don't know if that I'm putting Engineer Pete on the spot here,
Yeah.
but I'm curious just because the song, I just kind of want to hear it. I like hearing different versions of the same song.
It is kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's always interesting when they do the same song, right? Like it just different arrangements, right?
If you recall our Growing Pains episode, I thought I was being gaslit because
Correct.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah. Well, no guarantees. Just gonna.
Life goes on,
Oh yeah, way different.
and so do we.
But do.
Just how we do it is no
1,
mystery.
2, 3, 4. 1,
One
2.
by one, we fill the days. We find
Okay.
1,000.
Conky, we don't want to get copyright infringement.
Yeah.
This is cool. It's real. This is 2 a.m. version.
Correct. Yeah.
It's all right. Keep it coming. This is actually kind of cool.
different ways.
Ooh, funky.
Sometimes the answer can be hard to find.
It's like
is
the
great.
it's like the Dr. John version. It's like
Yeah. Welcome to the podcast, Dr. John.
Dr. John.
It's cool. Leon
Yeah.
Russell.
yeah, Leon Russell. Yeah, exactly.
That's something I will never be. I'm always here for anything.
This is really good. This is quite good.
It sounds like the same guy singing it too.
For
Yes,
sure.
Yes, it
Is
is.
this and is this the first one?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
First 3 seasons.
That you need.
Oh yeah.
Rain or shine, I'll be the one to share it all as life.
It's still got a little bit of that Lou Reed roll to it,
Yep.
but he seems a little more with it.
Well, and you can tell the other one is into the 90s.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, keep it going.
We share it all as life goes on.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah,
Seems shorter too.
that's fantastic.
Very very Leon Russell.
Well, let's watch the first one just because that's the one we spent more time listening to. But that was great.
Well, the first
The-
one that we listened
the
to, the second one that was on the show.
all right, here we go. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Could an opening be more of what we're looking for?
Right. So the 80s classic, right? The house and the title just gets laid over the home.
What percentage of titles are in yellow? Frickin' high.
High. Yeah. 70
Really
to
high.
80. Yeah.
Anonymous statistician It's a big lift.
Yeah.
If you could tell us the color of the title in the opening sequence, it's really high.
I agree with that. And I don't know what that says, but it's something.
Somebody knows something about something.
Right. And they're telling us.
So yeah, we see the house. I love the house, because it connects you to the show.
Correct. It's a nice looking house.
It is, but they chose an overcast day?
I know, right?
In Florida.
Like,
Exactly.
you could have blue skies. No, it's a little
1
gray.
out of 30 days you picked,
You got the gray day.
Correct.
It's kind of weird.
Life goes
So the first shot after the house is the dog licking the camera, as it were his face.
I think the dog was kind of a central character
Yeah.
in the show.
One more time on his name.
Dreyfus.
Dreyfus.
Yeah. And then it goes to the doctor.
He
What's
kind of
his-
looks like Leslie Nielsen.
Leslie. Yeah.
Naked Gun.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Once he comes in, tell me what you think about Sam the Eagle.
on, and so do we.
I could see,
How does he not? That
I
is.
could see Sam there.
He does. Richard Mulligan. That's a fake name.
Yeah, it is.
Richard Mulligan definitely looks like Sam the Eagle. A little bit of Henry Warnemont.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's one of these, I felt like in the 80s, guys that were 50 to 55 looked 70 to 75. And
Yep.
he's in that category.
For sure.
right?
Just how we do it is no mystery. One by one,
I like the looks of the house. It's
Yeah.
got almost, it reminds me a little bit of Out of This World meets Golden Girls.
Yep. It's a nice house, as I recall.
Christy McNichol.
Yeah. I feel like she's in other stuff too. Earlier in the 80s. I
Okay.
don't know what, but maybe even some movies.
All right.
fill the days. We find 1,000 different ways.
Well, he's a fisherman,
Yep.
we learned.
Yep.
Is it always nighttime in their kitchen?
I don't know.
All right.
Sometimes the answer can be hard to.
So we got these are the two daughters,
Right.
McNichol and Manoff.
Yeah. Manoff is the divorcee,
Okay.
and the first one is the cop.
The cop. All right.
Yeah.
Find that's something I will.
I mean, look at the 80s furniture,
It's
very
so
like
great.
like wicker kind of type.
Pastels.
Yeah, pastels. I love it.
I do too. And the frames on the walls are all gold.
Correct. Looks comfortable as hell, right?
Pastels, gold, and wicker.
Yep.
That's all you need.
Never be. I'm always.
And all the coffee tables are glass with sharp edges.
Correct. Yeah, correct.
Are those the same girls from before?
Yeah, so
Did they get hotter?
well, the cop cut her hair in the intro, so she has longer hair in a lot
So
of
the
these
cop's on the
scenes.
left.
Yeah.
All right.
Anything.
Oh, God. Here's the sailor.
Exactly. Look at this guy. What a great character he
We're
is.
two wild and crazy guys.
Exactly. Comes in his cruise ship outfit, right?
Like, he never takes it off.
No. He gets laid with that. That's like-
Absolutely. This guy is in every show in the world.
I think I figured out why he looks familiar to me. He was Joe Isuzu in the Isuzu commercials in the 80s or 90s.
Wow.
Zuzu, what is that?
A car, a
is it
Suzu.
Japanese car brand.
Oh, God.
I think this guy was in freaking Out of This World. I think this guy was in, what's the piano bar guy at the hotel that I liked?
at
What the shit
oh,
was that shit
Good
called?
grief. What the heck is that?
And
show?
Pete, what was that show that you watched an episode of? The restaurant
With the
one.
ladies and
Oh, It's a Living.
He's on
It's a Living, yeah.
He's in this guy's in everything.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. He's in everything, right?
I want to see this guy's file.
Rain or shine.
David Leisure.
Man,
He's got the name.
there's a lot of David Leisures out there.
Yeah, I agree. He looks like he was in every other show.
He was in Airplane too.
Absolutely he
Right.
was.
He feels like I feel like from 85 to 95 he was in half
guy
the
never
shows.
stopped working.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be the one to share it all as life goes.
Who's the overall?
Yeah, so this is his nurse, right? And she with a strong southern accent.
Okay.
On. We share it all as life goes.
There he's running on the beach.
Running on the
with
beach.
Chester.
And you look how he took the care to tie his shoes laces together and throw them over his neck so that he wouldn't lose his shoes and didn't have to use his hands. Only a doctor would know that.
Oh, that's a really astute point.
A doctor.
Glad you pointed that out for us. I don't remember this show. It's about to start playing again. There you go. Yellow, Emptiness. I do not remember this show, but I'm excited to watch it.
Joe Azuzu was on David Leisure, Days of Our Lives, General Hospital, Young and the Restless, a lot of other things that I have never heard of.
Okay.
Oh, he was on Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Power Rangers.
Power Rangers?
Yeah,
This guy's
probably
great.
not a lot of episodes.
Joe
but-
Isuzu.
Yeah. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. 10 Things I Hate About You.
I don't remember him from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
I've got
What
a
the
pretty
hell?
good memory of that show, too.
I agree.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of characters in that show.
Correct.
The Wayans brothers? That's interesting.
Well, but he got it again. I think you're proving the point, though. He was in a lot of stuff.
He's got a long list. He's got a long
It doesn't
IMDb page.
doesn't surprise me that he's in every soap opera that existed.
Yeah,
in
he
the 80s.
looks like a soap opera
Yeah.
guy.
Well, Empty Nest. Like I said, I've never seen this show, but I'm rather looking forward to spending a little time watching an episode.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't last 7 seasons for no reason.
I really I thought upon seeing this, I'd be like, oh, of course I remember watching it. I don't know that I've ever seen the show. What year did it start?
1988.
I was.
Right, so it's a little later in the 80s.
And what day did it play on?
That I don't
I
know.
think it was with the Golden Girls, so it
yeah.
was like a Saturday
well,
night.
I mean, at least later on, it was Golden Girls, Empty Nest, and Nurses.
Yeah.
So if it was a weekend, I probably had a tiny bit of a social life that I might have
Right.
been missing it.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool guy.
No, nobody ever said that.
I was watching Empty Nest.
Which is why I remember the show.
And it just, it was at a time where I was probably like, I don't want to watch that.
Right.
All right. Well, shit, let's vote on this.
So are we voting one song, two songs?
Let's vote both. I think. I think we should. It's
Okay. I don't think there's a wrong
my vote
answer.
doesn't change for either.
Okay.
So here's a question: do either of you guys have vote changes if we do both?
No.
I'm good. Like I can vote one.
Okay. I feel like I've really played my hand. This is a big old thumbs up for me. I really liked it.
Yeah.
I like both versions. I liked how it sounded like Lou Reed on Quaaludes for the first one, and I
Yeah.
like how it sounded like Dr. John not on Quaaludes
Yeah.
for the 2 in the morning version.
Yeah.
Freaking great tune.
Yeah. I'm not saying they're my favorite songs, but they get a pass from me as well. Yeah, both versions were good.
This is great.
Conky.
Conkeys often know they...
Ryan might have to touch him.
Jeez.
I'll be back.
There we go.
Thanks, Conky.
Good job, Conky. You get a gold star.
I like the earlier version better.
The bluesy one.
Yeah, the bluesy one. But I like them both. I mean, they're it's an Arnold for me, for sure.
When Conky gets to it. Dude's he's on
Conky
spring break
doesn't
already.
like it when we...
I'll be back.
Well, as you guys know, this puts us into bonus round time.
Yes.
3 thumbs up. Is this song a super mega all-time great song of TV theme songs? Yes.
For you,
No.
it's a yes. No, it's a no for me.
No.
Jeez. That's 2 weeks in a row?
2 weeks in a row.
I mean, it's a 78%.
It's a good
passing,
song.
But it
it's
needs a
not-
90?
It's not an A.
90 or higher.
Yeah, it's not a upper echelon.
You put a button like a roll.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, shit. If you disagree with us, you wrong. Any other items before we wrap this one up? Hardcastle McCormick, we're at an hour. We're at 44 minutes.
Much better.
Yeah.
Much better. Listeners were tuning out by the end of Hardcastle McCormick.
As they should have been.
Yeah, that's probably fair. Any other points of interest?
Looking at this house in Miami, it's huge.
Oh, yeah.
Like when you've been down to Florida, most houses are 1 story.
Right.
This thing, if I was in Florida right now and I saw this house, I'd be like, that's $3 million.
For sure. Well, he's a doctor.
He's a doctor. Okay.
Yeah.
Would we say podiatrist?
No, he's a pediatrician.
Pediatrician.
Yeah, he's a
Close.
pediatrician.
I had the right letter.
Yes.
Yep.
Just feet. versus-
Babies aren't feet. If you want the Super 80s podcast,
Babies
aren't feet shirt,
feet.
you can get that at Super 80s shirt podcast friend. Internet web.
.world.net.
Yep, .biz. Whew. We did it.
Mm-hmm.
Life goes on. No, that's the name of
It is.
Name of the song.
Empty Nest, yeah, is the show.
Yeah, life goes on. So do we. How we do it is no mystery. Wow. Sometimes the answers may be hard to find, but that is something that I will never be. I'm always here for everything that you need. Rain or shine, I will be the one to share it all with you and the audience as life goes on.
So wait, you've had that in your back pocket this whole episode?
That was beautiful. Wow.
I can't remember what I had for dinner last night. I remember the stupidest shit ever.
There's nothing stupid about that. That's just awesomeness. All right, team. Well, that was Empty Nest. Until next week, which is episode 40. Hey, listeners, get out your bottle of rum.
Over the Hill episode.
Yep. We are going to be drinking some Dr. Fong. We might have fireworks. There might be dancing girls in hula skirts.
Yep.
You never know. I wonder what episode 40 is going to be.
That's a good question.
I'm going to put $5 on it being the Snorks.
I'll take that bet.
Sure.
Well, until episode 40, the Snorks, I'm John.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Peter.
Thank you for listening to the Super 80s podcast, friend, where the towels are hers and Dreyfus's.